Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new then hi, my name is Caitlin, welcome, and today I'm updating my No Pan Left Behind project pan. I love this project pan. If you don't know what it is, I take a palette. So this month, I've actually had two palettes this month, but one of them was my P. Louise Stack 'em Up palette, and I try and use each shade at least one time. I really love this project because it really lets me play around with my collection, not have super huge usage goals. It's just really fun to play around and dabble in palettes that maybe have been neglected in my collection recently. And yeah, it's just a really fun time. I get to make different looks, I share the looks with you guys, and yeah, it's just a chill project pan compared to like all my other ones. But just before we do jump into the video, if you have not already, definitely like and subscribe because it would mean the world to me. I do so many project pans with bright, fun, colourful makeup. I have gone semi-neutral today. I am in uni today. I've got rehearsals, so I had to tone it down a slight bit. But normally I love playing with blues and greens and purples, all those fun colours. Yeah, so stick around. Alright, so I'm going to start with the P. Louise Stack 'em Up because it has already been featured in this video. I have used all but one of these shades and I'm really proud of myself. I'm really happy with that. So I'm going to start with the top row. We used all of the top row in this makeup look here. It was a bright teal look. I absolutely adored it. I started with Gold Digger in the crease, then blended it out with Money Money, and then I put Boss Babe on the lid and then put Get Up and Grind on the inner corner. I just love these teals. They are so bright and so vibrant. This shade, Gold Digger, was really hard to work with actually. It wasn't very pigmented and I feel like it's been too firmly pressed. Yeah, it's a weird one. I don't know if you've experienced this, if you have this palette as well, let me know. But yeah, Gold Digger was just a little bit difficult to work with. I was using a dense brush and even still, there wasn't much pigment coming out. It really took a lot to build up. But the other shades were really beautiful. I have no complaints about them. I will definitely keep using them. You guys know I love teal, I love blue. They are the shades that I would wear every single day if I could. So yeah, not too much of an issue. This inner corner shade is like one of those white to blue duochromes. Absolutely beautiful. 10 out of 10. Love the look, felt amazing. This is just such my look. Then these three blue shades I used in this look. It was a YouTube Shorts if you wanted to see a tutorial. There is a little bit of a graphic liner going on there as well. So you can probably tell I started with Level Up, which is this darkest blue, and then I blended that out with Talk is Cheap, which is the middle, and then I blended that out with Hustle, which is the lightest blue matte in this palette. I really love this look. It was definitely something different. Whenever I'm in a bit of a creative rut, I always go for a little bit more of a graphic liner look. I really want to get more into doing that. When uni's over, I'm gonna be doing more creative looks. I feel like I am in a little bit of a rut just doing like these kind of normal looks, quote unquote normal looks. Yeah, I do feel in a bit of a creative rut and I don't like that very much at all. So yeah, we'll see what happens. So that means the only shade I haven't used is this Periwinkle shade in the corner. So I'm going to be keeping this palette in just for that shade. It won't take long. I would have used it today, but like I said, I am going to uni. I have to keep it a little bit more neutral today at uni. Just because, you know, we're a month away from the show, less than. We gotta get going. So yeah, keeping this palette in for this shade will not take any use to really use. I'll probably use it tomorrow and then we'll roll it out. But yeah, for now, that is that palette. And I have also started incorporating a little single shadow palette in my No Pan Left Behind projects, just because I love working on single shadows. They are quite neglected in my collection. I do want to get more use out of them. So the first look we are going to talk about is this look. Okay, so we actually started with a black eyeshadow, but then we used this kind of Barney purple matte to blend that out, and that is Purple Punch from J Star. I do not support J Star in any way, shape or form. That is why all of his shades are depotted in my collection. I always want to preface that whenever I talk about one of his products or one of his shades. So yeah, Purple Punch was used in the crease, so that is going. Then I used this shade, Mr. Sandman, here on the lid as like a little bit of a base for my shimmer. So that has been used. Then on the lid, it looks quite yellow. Like it looks like I put like a yellowy shade on the lid, but it's actually this beautiful duochrome. It is Very Peri from the Pastel Roses. It is like a purple to yellow shift. It is so beautiful, so sparkly. I absolutely adore that shade. So those 3 shadows were used in this look, meaning we have these 3 left. So then we are moving on to this look, and I wanted to use these 2 dark shimmers. I don't normally gravitate towards super dark shimmers, but I made a point of it with this look. And on the cut crease, I used this shade, which is called Do or Dough, on the inner part, and then I blended the edges with the shade Chicklet, which is this darkest shimmer here. So these 2 shades are what are on the lid in this look. So that means we only have this one shade to work on, which is very, very similar to the shade in the P. Louise palette that we have left. They're both kind of light periwinkle mattes. So that should be interesting to play around with this month, but only one shade from each of these palettes. So I'm actually going to go off camera. I'm going to fill up this singles palette again, and I'm actually going to get a new palette to work on just because I don't want to keep this in for one shade. So I'm going to just have another palette as well. I will use this shade, but I just don't want to be stuck with just one shade. So yeah, I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to have a gander in my collection, and I'm going to see what I can pull. Okay, so I'm back, and I've gone for a very autumnal theme this month. I'm a few months behind, clearly, mentally, but I don't know, I'm just feeling these tones right now. And I think they'll also complement some shadows that I'm working on in other projects as well. So I'm going to start with my little singles palette. This is what my singles palette is looking like today. I am going to obviously keep working on this little periwinkle matte shade, but I've added some kind of more earthy tones as well. I've got this vibrant yellow. I love this shade so much as like an inner corner pop shade. I think it is so beautiful. So yeah, perfect for spring and summer as well. I've got this kind of murky, greeny, brown matte shade, like a baby sick color. It is really beautiful. I really, really love that shade as well. I'm going to be getting a lot of use out of that. I have got like a kind of minty satin kind of shade, maybe for an inner corner pop or something like that. I've got a green to blue like aqua duochrome, and then I have a forest green matte. I really like all of these shades. I think they go together well without being like an easy one and done kind of look, you know? I'm really, really excited to work on this. They'll work really well with Moonwalk, which is a Super Shock shadow that I currently have in my project. This is Fantasy, I think, and I've not got any use on it right now. So I kind of had that in the back of my mind when picking these shades. They'll go really well with it, and I'm really excited to work on these. And then the pre-made palette that I decided to work on is my Huda Beauty Khaki Haze palette. Again, this has those kind of greeny neutral shades. I think I've only used this once or twice, which is gutting. So sad. I want to get more use out of it. I've been saying that for months. So yeah, this is a perfect opportunity to play around with it, see if I like it or not, and yeah, just as I said, just play around with it. I've only used it once, and I've had this for ages. Probably about a year. No, that can't be right. Ugh. I don't think it's quite a year, but I've only used it once and it's gutting. So I'm going to play around with this a little bit more as well. So yeah, these two are the ones that we are working on, as well as one shade from my Stack 'em Up palette from P. Louise. I'm really, really excited this month. We've gone away from the spring theme, definitely into more autumn territory, but I'm feeling it. I'm not complaining. I'm happy with it. I think we're going to have a blast this month with these shades. Definitely very different from the purples that we've been working on in this project for the past 2 months. So I'm very, very happy about that. So yeah, this is where I'm going to love you and leave you guys. If you did enjoy this video, definitely like and subscribe because it would mean the world to me. I hope you stick around. I hope you have a fantastic day and I will see you tomorrow for a new video.